This video will go through the website for Shaefer House and how to make changes to it. To get to the backside of your website, you'll go to your URL /wp-admin. This will provide a login box where you will use the logins you were given to get into the backside. First up, we will go to the updates. We have a process at Megaphone that will make all these updates for you, but if you notice your site has something going on with it, feel free to come here, select all, and update if you see any at that time. If you are still having issues, please let us know and we will get on making that better. We will go to the media. This is where you'll update all of your photos. If you had any PDFs, anything, you'll just add new and then drag them here. Yours are organized by folder, so feel free to drop them into these folders. That will help you later on when you're turning them into your galleries. We will go ahead and do that now, but that's, you just select files or you drag them from your home page to here and they will download. And they will mostly be used in your FooGalleries for your different products. So here's your bridal registries, and these are all of the galleries on your site. Let's look at what those look like. So here, so your furniture. Here is what furniture you guys have, and those are going to be here. So if you wanted to make any changes to this page, you will do so through the FooGallery and select which gallery you're wanting to change. You can move these around if you wanted to, or if you want to add new, just go here, and that's when this comes in handy. You just go to your furniture, select the new furniture that you've added. You will also want to ensure that you update this so that your changes will be live. Here's the preview side. And that's about it. That's the same for all of the these galleries. You just go to them, and then if you need to move them around, delete them. You can take all these off if you don't have them anymore, add new, and again, that's why on your media you're using different folders to make it easier. After that, let's look at your forms. You all have contact us, gift certificates, and sign up for email. Let's look at the contact us. Here's what it looks like. We noticed that you were getting a lot of spam, so we just added this CAPTCHA. That should help reduce that. If you are needing to look at any of your entries, you can do that just by clicking here. And here is what is going on the backside of your website. Or if you want to change what information you're collecting, here, so right now you're asking for first name, email, and a message. Say you wanted a phone number as well, you just go here to advanced fields, drag phone number where you're wanting it, let's say right there, and that's it. That's all you need to do for that. If you want to make this where any of these fields are required, like if you require a name, just click this required and then update your form in that way. Again, your entries can also be viewed from here, and your other forms are very similar and they're right there. And here are your entries, so just click on those. Next up are your pages. This is just all of the pages on your website. So we'll start with the home page. So it has a slider here. Here are your different gallery options. So if you'll want to see that on your backside, your front page shows, here's your gallery circles, and then your header is set here. Header slider. Yes, and then here is your slider, which is a revolution slider, but it's just these different images here. And I'll show you how to make changes to that in a little bit. Let's go to a page with more text, maybe about us. The backside of the page tabs works a lot like like a word processor. So like Microsoft Word, Google Docs, whatever you're using there, it's the same. You can bold different things, you can turn this into a bullet point, whatever you're needing to do. And the same way, just quickly edit different text. If you want to add something, take something away. Obviously, I'm not going to save this, but just to show you, it is very similar. If you need to make any changes, that just update there. That pretty much takes care of all of your, the pages are all the same. Here are your events. I believe that this is just, so November 1st, 2nd, Christmas open house. If you have more events, just add those there. Here's your bridal registration here. This is where you have this text. This is just one of these FooGalleries here. And here are, I don't know if you're wanting to get rid of these right here, but you would just simply delete and that would go, and then update here. I'm not going to do that because maybe they're still going, but just so you know. Next, this gallery circles isn't really anything that you're going to need to change. Potentially, if you wanted to change what the circle image is, that's just these items here. So if you wanted to change which image was being used there, you could do so right here. You could take that off and add a new file and update that. But mostly you're not going to need to do anything with that. Let's look at your header and your footer. That's going to be under this widget section. So the header and footer is this menu item and this here. So this is where you can enter your email address, and that is here. So your header is a simple image, just your logo and your navigation menu, as you see right there. Your footer, so it has this, this is all the text down here, your address, and then this is this gravity form here. So if you needed to make any changes to this, maybe you change your hours, change the text, and then make sure you do to save that navigation menu, and that's the same here. Just it's your socials. So these are links to your different social pages. Your menus. This is your social menu. So this is just representing an icons for Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. You have different menus here. So this is your social, and here's your main menu. So if you wanted to make any changes to the order of this, or maybe you've stopped doing betting, you can just go here and remove that item. Or if you maybe want to emphasize gift certificates and you wanted to pull that out and have its own item up here, you can do so in that way. This would so this is formatted right now to show 3 and 3. So if you do make changes as far as adding more and it looks funny, let us know and we can fix that up for you. And if you did, like if you were to keep this change, you would just save menu. But again, these just drag around, and these are the different sub items. So you see how it's like, that's where it drops down. And so you're just changing the order there. I'm not going to save that, but again, that's just how that is. Altered. Again, we went through your plugins earlier on the updates on the dashboard part, but here are all the plugins that are being used by your site, and if you need to make any updates, here is where those are. For your user, you already have one, but if you needed to add a new user, just go to add new, put their username and email. This will also be a good chance to show you how to change your password. This will show a password, which is just this ridiculous safe password, I guess. But if you wanted to make this something easier for you to remember, type it in there, and then this will say update. So if you were on your own page, this would say update, and you just click that, and then that's what your password would be. If you have any issues with your login, you can contact us, and we will help you figure that out. Slider evolution is the only slider you all have is your home slider, and so really the only changes you might make is highlighting different products here. So what I always do to be safe is I click on one of these slides and then I duplicate it. That just ensures that you are keeping the same formatting that's on all of these already. So it does this where it kind of zooms out or in, moves around a bit. You just are making sure that that stays how you want it. And then you go to the new slide, and then assuming you want to change the background, go to your media library, and maybe you want a new GIF, let's say candy. Let's add some candy on there. I'm assuming the gift is actually this dish, but the candy looks pretty good. But this also gives you a good idea of what it looks like zoomed in. So while it looks awesome right here, the size of the actual slider does not look so good. But just as an example, I'm going to go ahead and delete that slide, but that's how you would make changes to your slider. If there are more in-depth changes you'd like to have made on your slider, let us know, and we will either provide you another training video for slider evolution specifically, or we will just make those changes for you. Your Google Maps, I don't know. Let's see. Manage locations. Yeah, you guys don't have a map on your site anywhere. If you were to add one, it would be here. But that should pretty much wrap up the Shaefer House site. Let us know if you have any other questions, and we will help you get those figured out. Thanks.